Good morning, Aries, and Merry Christmas to those who are going to be celebrating this month. Uh, right, okay, let's get into intuitive messages. I was trying to have an easy week this week. I was thinking, I'm not going to try and get too in depth with anything. I'm going to try and um, keep out of everybody's business a little bit. It really wears me doing this, picking up on all the different energies, going through all those different emotions. It really does kind of take a bit of a toll on me. So I thought, right, I'm going to go light. So I didn't particularly ask for any messages, but of course, 3 o'clock in the morning, they come through anyway. So what did I get for you? I got before I get into the intuitive messages, actually, when I was kind of messing around with cards yesterday, I kept on seeing the Nine of Pentacles. It was like, it just was so insistent. It was like Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. So somebody could be going solo in some kind of way, either opening your own business, working for yourself, leaving a relationship to be single, to stand on your own 2 feet, anything like this. It's to do with material things and independence. Also an element of kind of wishes coming true as well to that. So there's something there for that. Now, I woke up 3 o'clock in the morning and I could see it looked like a garden. It was very green grass, and I could see there was like railings on this side, like a park fence or iron railings, and I could see a dog. It was a light coloured dog. I couldn't really tell what breed, sort of middle size, I would say, I guess, but I could see this dog cock its leg and pee through the railing. So there's something there to do with, um, it's almost like I'm getting good riddance. They're telling me good riddance, but it's like maybe being trapped inside, and something to do with like grass is greener on the other side, peeing through the fence. It's like, what is it? What is it? Peeing on someone else's lawn? Is that some kind of phrase? Something to that. Yeah, this dog peeing through the fence, and they just keep telling me good riddance. It's like, which ties in actually to the song. So all these three things came through together. So then I got the Serenity Prayer, giving the strength to change the things that I can change, the acceptance to accept the things that I can't change, and the wisdom to know the difference. Something like that, isn't it? The Serenity Prayer. And again, there's this religious language that's coming through to your readings, which has been for at least the last 3 weeks now. And then, so with these two things, the dog peeing through the fence, the Serenity Prayer, you also got Ooh Baby It's a Wild World by Cat Stevens. Ooh baby, baby, it's a wild world. But the specific line they gave me was, if you want to leave, take good care. So it's like, I feel like somebody has left some kind of like health, probably household situation, because it was like somebody's garden. It looked like a residential garden, but with like a park fence. I don't know. I don't understand. But it was like that good riddance, right? So somebody's still inside, somebody's perhaps in the house, and they're saying good riddance to the other person, and kind of like, it's almost like giving the V sign, right? Peeing through the fence. If you want to leave, take good care. But there's like a kind of, it's a bit bitter. I hope you get a lot of nice things to wear. A lot of nice things turn bad out there. So yeah, somebody could have left a situation. The other person's feeling quite resentful over it. Somebody wants to be more independent. I don't know who's who in this situation. It could be a friend. I don't know, a family member. I don't know what that is or who it is, but it's what they wanted to give me. So there you go. It also reminded me of when I was a little girl. I went to a zoo. I can't remember which zoo, because when you're a kid, you don't really ever know where you are, do you? It's like geography. I don't know. Your parents drive you somewhere and all of a sudden you're in this place, and if you can't sort of locate the place. So I was in a zoo, and surprisingly you could get quite close actually to the lion enclosure. There was like a rail, like a barrier, and then maybe like a meter, and then the lion behind the like chain link fence. So there was this big male lion sort of prowling along the side of the fence, like brushing up against the edge of the fence. And there was this little girl, and she was making fun of the lion. She was like, nah, 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 kind of thing to the lion. The lion cocked its leg up and peed on her, or sprayed on her. I don't know what it did, one or the other. But I was like, a couple of meters away, and I was like, oh my goodness, like well done, lion. But it gave me that kind of feeling of kind of like I don't know, so something to do with the lion anyway. And my cat appeared at the same time. So as I thought about this lion, my cat suddenly appeared next to me on the bed. So cats and dogs. People, maybe somebody been fighting like cats and dogs, right? As your songs that came through as I was setting up the reading were Sale of the Century by Sleeper. You Said I Was Cheap, You Were the Sale of the Century. Underneath It All by No Doubt. You See the Colours in Me Like No One Else. Yeah, that is all your intuitive stuff. But let's get you a song. Let's randomise a song for you on camera, and then we'll start to pull some cards for you today. It does help if I put the right pin in. Here we go. So we're on my liked songs. So it is my own playlist. So a bit nervous about what may come up because there's some wacky things on there. But let's see. Randomised song for Aries, please. Aries, Aries, Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. And we got an advert. Of course we did. But that song looked like Pure Morning. Pure Morning Days Dawning. That song. So all the songs that come through will be in the description box down below for you. That song in particular may have some sort of relevance to your reading. I am getting through, and I got it through your last reading as well, I think, some kind of pill taking or substance issue. Again, it could just be a prescription that needs changing from the doctor, but there's something there to that, because you also got I mean, I didn't write it down for you, but a song played by Pink this morning, which was like, run just as fast as I can. But she says like, you're making me ill. There's like a pill connotation to that song as well. So there's something there for somebody. Right, okay, I am going to tune into the energies and we're going to pull some cards for you. Back in a moment, Aries. Okay, you cannot make this up. You can't make this up. I was just letting this advert play so I could get to the song for you, and I was writing down Pure Morning. This is advertising. I mean, you can't see it very well, I'm afraid. It says AWOL Nation. I don't really understand. I think it's talking about a movie. Maybe this is the music from the movie, but it said something about a family member struggling with addiction. So I can't make this up. I was just talking about maybe somebody's having a little bit of substance issues, I'm going to put it that way, and this is saying there could be a family member struggling with addiction. So maybe somebody's like walked out the house, you know, I want to be more independent, and you kind of like, well, you can leave, but maybe you're not going to do too well out there on your own, you know, they'll come crawling back, that sort of thing. Possibly, I don't know, but let's just get to the end of this. And oh, we've got another one. Home improvements. Maybe someone's doing home improvement. Okay, hopefully. There you go. There it is. So Pure Morning by Placebo is your song. Placebo, yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Placebos as well are like fake medication, aren't they? Maybe somebody thinks they're on placebos. There's something there to that. So be interesting if that applies to you or not. Again, it might not be you that this is happening to. It could be a family member, as it said, somebody around you. All right, so let's pull some cards. I'm using my new packs today, the Good Tarot and the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. So I will pop those down in the list of cards if you wanted to go and check those out, or any other cards from the reading. Yeah, let's just go for it. I'm not taking reversals today unless I particularly feel drawn to. So what do we have? Can I get one card, please, for Aries? One card, please, for Aries. Sorry, I am on the opposite side of the camera today, so it's a bit awkward to try and shuffle on camera too well. I'll sort of see if I can twist so you can see a little bit better. There we go. One card for Aries, please. One card for Aries. Can we get a spirit animal, please, for Aries? Spirit animal for Aries, please. Spirit animal for Aries. What would you like Aries to know? Oh, it's been difficult, isn't it? What would you like Aries to... Okay. The koi fish. Underneath that is the lion spirit, be generous of spirit, and the sandpiper spirit, be careful. I'm going to take that lion as the underlying here. You also have wasp spirit, sometimes life stings. Okay, so because I mentioned lions, because I saw the lion, I'm going to take the lion card as the underlying here. But your card is the koi fish spirit. There is always enough. Fish, I always think, are to do with wealth and prosperity, especially like goldfish and sort of koi. I think they are associated with abundance and wealth. So this is perhaps talking to a bit of a lack mentality. Perhaps somebody feels like they don't have enough money in a situation. They don't have enough to offer in a situation. They can't do the things they want to do because they're worried about money. But this is saying, trust spirit, trust that the money you need will always be there. It's kind of it's funny, but it does work. It's like the more you worry about money, the more that manifests a lack of money. So I've done this myself, where I was like, okay, I'm just going to trust that money will come to me. I'm going to trust that spirit will always provide. The universe will give me what I need, because I've always been the sort of person to worry about money. And as soon as I did that, and I was giving money to charity or buying coffee for homeless people, even though I didn't really have that much myself. I think I also had to buy my daughter a load of school uniform or something, or clothes, or there was something that I had to kind of buy for my children, where I was a little bit worried about not quite having enough. It was at the start of lockdown. I didn't know what was going to happen financially during lockdown, and it was like this test of faith to kind of say, and I say that as somebody who's not particularly religious, in any kind of traditional structured religion. I just kind of believe that the universe looks after us. But yeah, I trusted, and I bought what I needed to buy without worrying about it. And then I got a tax return that I was just not expecting, and the return of some money that I'd put into a pension as well. Just these two letters that were like, "Hi, we're going to give you money now." The universe just kind of gave me the money back, and it was almost the exact amount that I'd had to spend as well. So yeah, that might be something you want to go and look up, because I'm not an expert on it, but it's quite scary to do that as well. It's quite scary to be like, right, I'm just going to trust that the universe has got my back. I'm going to trust that the money that I need will come to me. And I'm not telling anyone to kind of spend stupidly. Okay, it's not like go out and just buy yourself a diamond necklace for no reason other than it was pretty. It's just like not having that lack mentality and trusting that the money will come to you when you need it. Trusting that what you give out will come back to you. So like I said, I was donating to charity and buying people coffee, and I think the generosity kind of was returned to me in a way, in an unexpected way as well. Like I could play the lottery and not get anything, because I think playing the lottery almost comes from like a place of greed, perhaps, where you're doing it because you've got that lack, where when you let go and just trust, the universe provides, in my experience, and it's difficult when you have got a lack mentality, and when you've always had money issues, or you've always struggled, which again, me, I was renting privately from the age of 17, working full time, so I understand what it's like to not have enough money. It's scary, and it's hard to change your mindset, I think. Right, okay. Koi fish spirit. There's always enough. Oracle message. The koi fish who grows big within a small pond reminds us that within each of us is the potential for prosperity. The law of abundance ensures that prosperity is our natural state. So regardless of our temporary outer conditions, you can call in prosperity and magnetically attract the opportunities and abundance you need. The message of the koi fish spirit is to begin to generate wealth within, with deliberate intention, no matter how small your pond may seem, and appreciate abundance whenever you see it. So you appreciate what you do have. And appreciate it in others as well. Don't be jealous when you see somebody else who's doing well. Be like, I'm really happy for that person because, they're comfortable. And that's difficult, right? Outer conditions will come to reflect your inner prosperity, so begin to become the self who is comfortable with wealth in all forms. Even if at the moment it feels as if riches are not yours, they soon will be. Start to envision the plenty that Spirit wants you to experience, knowing that the moment you begin to commit to conscious and deliberate co-creating with the universe, Spirit will joyfully start bringing you what you need. You have so much to offer and so much of value to express to the world. In your little pond, there is much you can create and much you can attract. Do not underestimate what you have and who you are, for Koi Fish Spirit wants you to know that you are exquisite, loved, and deeply cherished. Trust that the outer conditions are changing to reflect that truth. Okay, so this is saying definitely dealing with a mentality of lack here, somebody who's struggled or worried, not even struggled, you may have enough, but you always worry about what, perhaps money is something, or tangible things, or property or material wealth is something that preoccupies your mind a little bit. So where was I going? A friend of mine actually wrote a book called Money Doesn't Buy Happiness. Happiness Buys Money, I think is the title. And I will go and check, look up the link and put that link in the description box down below for you. That might be something you want to look up. Again, it is somebody I know. It's a personal recommendation. I've got the book. It's got a lot of really good tips in there. It's the sort of thing you could just open to a page and read a couple of lines and be like, right, okay, I'm going to focus on that for today. And again, you may want to look up the law of abundance. Go and Google it and check that out and see if there's any more tips there for you. Okay, let's see what else. What else the guides want you to know today. Again, I'm going to kind of adjust so I can do it on camera. What do we have for Aries, please, today? What do we have for Aries, please, today? They're giving me the song again. A lot of nice things to wear. Maybe somebody, yeah, is too preoccupied with money, like the way they, the way they look, wearing nice clothes, perhaps. Maybe somebody spends too much money on clothes. A lot of nice things turn bad out there. Maybe, yeah, maybe. I'm trying not to guess too much today. Okay, two things about moving home now. So you've got no place like home, which isn't about the home that you necessarily live in. It's about where you feel at home. Okay, and then you have this, which is a change in the wind. So you can see this zebra is almost like carrying their home on the back. There's a change coming. Change because somebody's being more authentic. Zebras speak to me about authenticity, about showing your true colours. So perhaps somebody has shown their true colours and they've been kicked out of the house. Perhaps somebody is... Perhaps you're moving away from a situation because you want your true colours to shine. So something like this is happening here. You've got a few animals there, so these may be spirit guides for you. You may want to watch out for lions, particularly goldfish, but fish in general, and zebras. You may find that when you see these animals, whether that's on like an advert or the TV, or they're mentioned in a song, or you just somebody randomly talks about them, pay attention to what's being said, what's being shown. There may be additional messages in there for you. It may be the universe trying to guide you in a certain direction. Again, trust your intuition and your knowledge of your own circumstances. But let's read this. So yeah, definitely feels like somebody could be changing home, moving somewhere where they feel like they fit in better, like it's more like their tribe, if that makes sense. Being around people where you feel at home rather than the literal home, the roof over your head. Let's find out what it wants to say to us today. 50. Okay. No place like home. Essential meanings. Authenticity. Oh my goodness, the first word is authenticity. Look, and I'm talking about that with the zebra. Coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. Okay, so there's two things here about working on the inner you, your authenticity, the you on the inside, and perhaps your external self not representing who you are on the inside. It's funny because I was absolutely blasting out Reflection by Christina Aguilera the other day. I watched Mulan, and at the end when they play Reflection, I was like, Leo, I was really singing it. When will They're giving me a different me, who I am inside. Anyway, you can go and look up that song if you want to. Oh no, they're still going. Why? Oh, sorry, I'm just going to try and get the line. Okay, it's the line that goes, why must I pretend that I'm someone else for all time? I'm sorry, the tune's completely out, but you don't want me to go into full blast mode on that song, trust me. A different me. Right, yeah, so definitely go and listen to that song. Very cathartic song, actually. Home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity, aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet neither with pride nor humility. Pride, right? The lion. It's like a quiet integrity. It's like a regal peace. The lion knows who they are. They don't have to prove themselves to anybody. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. Okay? Yeah, you may have been feeling ever so slightly isolated or like you want to isolate. I mean, isolation, right? As I'm saying that, I'm just realising how stupid it sounds. But yeah, that might be something that is affecting you particularly at the moment. Perhaps during isolation, you've kind of reassessed who you are, who you want to be a little bit, perhaps. Okay. Let's get another oracle message for you. Can I get another oracle card, please, for Aries? Another oracle card for Aries today, please. Another oracle card for Aries today, please. I just saw 2202 on the clock. So lots of twos. Again, there could be a partnership that's particularly beneficial for you at the moment. Somebody that you might want to speak to who can really help you out. A trusted friend, a parent, perhaps a love interest. Ouch. As I'm saying love interest, I saw the broken heart in the pre-shuffle. I didn't really want to bring it up unless it came out, but here it is. But this is the daughter spirit. Okay, so learning how to mend a broken heart is going to take you to a place where you are more connected to your soul, you're more connected to yourself, your authentic self, what you want, from relationships, how you expect to be treated, how you expect not to be treated. Okay, so this is all about not giving your power away to other people, not being codependent or reliant on other people, but perhaps there's been some kind of situation that's come along, as difficult as it is. Perhaps it's come into your life for a reason, because it's perhaps teaching you a soul lesson. Tarot card readers, again, I take everything as a theory, but there's a kind of a theory that we, with our kind of spirit guides, we make a bit of a plan for our life, and it's like, right, okay, what lessons are you going to teach me? What challenges are you going to put in my life that are going to teach me the lessons that I need to learn to have soul growth, to be a stronger person? And sometimes some situations do feel heartbreaking, but it's to teach us how to pick ourselves back up, how not to be treated is really how it's coming through. So if somebody has kind of treated you quite badly, broke your heart, misused your heart, I'm hearing, it's to make you stronger. It's to open up that daughter spirit, to get you to do that reflection work, that shadow work, to reconnect with that authentic you inside. So let's jump to the book and see what the book wants to tell us here. So what are we, number 9? Okay, I'm so sorry. It could be that you've lost a loved one as well. Again, so sorry. I know it's difficult. I'm not trying to make light of the situation at all. But the universe, if that's you, then the universe has pulled this card for you, and the universe is trying to care for you, in my opinion. So hopefully that brings some kind of reassurance that you're not alone, that your suffering is seen. Right, let's just see what the book has to say. Broken heart, grief and loss. This card shows a heart broken open, revealing darkness, emptiness, and a grief-filled tear. The hurt may be from long ago, or it may be the pain from a more recent event. Either way, a deep healing is called for now. Vent your feelings and release the person or situation involved. Venting could be speaking to somebody who you're close to. Again, I said there could be a person that you're particularly close to or who supports you in some way. You may want to just write it down, write poetry or write in a journal or write a letter to them that you never have to send. Even if they've passed on, you can still write a letter to them as though you're speaking to them. Sit in a dark room and speak to this person, even though you're not speaking directly to them, actually expressing those feelings sometimes helps you to bring them to the surface and process them. Affirm that you are reclaiming your power and peace of mind. Okay, again, reclaiming your power. It seems to be really pulling to me today. Open your heart to the light of divine love and healing. So it's interesting that this is what's behind this, right? And again, I'm not coming from any particular religion here. I'm not coming here with any kind of religious intention. I'm not trying to convert you to anything. There's some kind of connection here for me, and I want to share it with other people because it's helpful and healing to me, and I want to provide that option for others. If you're not interested, totally understand. Okay, it's just not the right time for you or not something you're interested in. But you can see this is what's behind this. Here is the doors to spirit. Here's that spiritual healing. Okay, interesting as well. It's like almost like a dove. So very peaceful. Look out for white feathers. If you see white feathers, again, that could be the spirit guides trying to nudge you in a direction. What were you thinking when you saw them? Rest and rejuvenation under here again. Yeah, so definitely taking a time out to heal. Also noticing how isolated this house is. So yeah, I feel like there's a drawing back for you where you have to kind of pull back, reassess, deal with those emotions, figure out what life lessons they've taught you, what are the positives you can take from that situation, as hard as it is, and what do you need to leave behind. So yeah, going into a period of hermit mode, kind of, I suppose. Open your heart to the light of divine love and healing, and have compassion for yourself through this difficult process. Make self-care a priority now. Can't make it up. And as you let go of old experiences, you can open your heart to the true and abiding love that you so rightly deserve. All right, I hope that was helpful to you. Again, nines are about being strong independently for me. Not being codependent. Knowing that you have everything you need within yourself, and with the energy of the universe around you, who always has your back, whether you reject it or not. they're looking out for you. And I truly believe that. And this is, again, coming from somebody who's not particularly attached to any particular religion. I very much do my own thing. But I feel that source energy, if you like. So what do we have? 37 and 37 and 36. Now they were very, very shuffled. I actually went through to make sure the cards were not next to each other. They were not sequential. I went through and made sure of that. So these have come out together again. They've kind of paired themselves back up, so there could be something to that. Somebody may be 37 or 36, or 36 about to have the birthday and be 37. Something may have happened at those ages. Those numbers may be relevant to you. There may be a bit of a countdown going on here. Okay, just those numbers were standing out to me. So can you tell me a little bit more, please, about koi fish spirit for Aries? Thank you. Oh, we've got a couple of cards there. Okay. Transformation and the Page of Fire. Okay, yeah. Okay. Lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, I'm not reading for the book from these. I'm speaking intuitively. The transformation card, I believe, is the death card in the tarot. It doesn't necessarily mean a literal death, although it could be indicating that you are healing from the loss of a loved one for some of you. More likely it's to mean, as it says on this card, a period of transformation. It's letting go of something and being birthed anew. It's kind of like the Phoenix card for me in the tarot, along with the Judgment card. So it's definitely this period of reassessing, of kind of grieving and letting go. You can see she's kind of, these kind of sparks of kind of flying from her fingers. She's allowing this fire to kind of to be free. It's something that warms her. You can see she's lit up from the glow of this, whatever it is that she's holding in her hands, whatever it is that she's treasuring, but she's not gripping it too tightly. She's allowing it to come and go as it pleases. So there's a gentleness to this, an allowance to this. Noticing as well a lot of gold here, with this thing that is treasured. So with the koi fish, I would say this is telling you to let go of a lack mentality, to let go of never feeling like you have enough, or that you have to have, maybe like, you know, I'm not good enough unless I have like the latest designer clothes, or I'm not good enough because they have a nice car and my car's not as nice as their car. So it's letting go of this lack mentality. Again, lack mentality is something you might want to Google, to look up. Letting go of this need to always have more, or this feeling of never having enough, and transforming and allowing things to come to you and treasuring them when they do come to you. So if you do have any kind of like money come to you, or you know, the possessions that you do own, be thankful for them. Be thankful if you have a roof over your head. Be thankful if you have food on your table. It's a very free energy to me today. A 1 and a 3 breaks down to a 4, so there could definitely be something to do with what makes you feel stable. It could be that you need a lot of money, or you need a lot of material things to feel settled and stable and like you're doing well. This is really saying to, it's not saying sell your house, sell your car, sell your designer clothes and go and live in a hut. It's not saying that. It's just saying don't cling to these things. Try not to value these things over other things in your life that could make you happier. The Page of Fire, this is a young energy. It's somebody who's learning. It's somebody who, it can be a messenger. It can be somebody coming into you with some information that's very, very passionate, very enthusiastic. But to me, it's more of somebody who's learning about their own passions, learning how to, it's your energy, it's fire sign energy, Aries, and you are, to me, the youngest fire sign. So this is somebody who's perhaps a bit of a slave to their passions, perhaps somebody who finds it hard to control either their temper or their desire or their kind of heatedness in a situation. You may be the sort of person who, if you get angry, you just blurt something out. You may not be, it may be somebody else that you're dealing with, remember. But this is learning how to, the pages are the students of the tarot. So this is somebody who's learning to control the, you know, learning to pull back on the reins of the desires, learning to kind of temper their own hot-headedness or their passions. But it's a very, very creative energy as well. So from this passionate energy comes this creation, this the ideas person, the person who's spontaneous and fun and has a lot of really cool ideas. They think out of the box. They have ideas that can be put into action and can grow and can lead somewhere. So this is all something that is being learnt by you or somebody around you at the moment in regards to rethinking what you value. So it could be that perhaps you've always gone for relationships where it's like you've always gone for the guy with the fast car, or you know, you've always gone for the girl in the designer dress, and it's like, is that the best thing to value about a love interest? Perhaps is that the best thing to value in a friend? Could there be things that would serve your heart space and your authenticness more than the appearance, than the shell of the person? What's in that, what's underneath the fast car and the designer clothes and the fancy jewelry, the really nice makeup, the great hairstyle? What's underneath all that? Does that speak to your heart space? Okay. Let's keep going. Okay, so tell me about no place at home, please. Tell me about no place like home. Tell me about no place like home for Aries. That's going to be too many. It's these two. They actually, like, they fell out, and as I was shuffling, these actually like sat in my hand. Okay, so it's these two. I wasn't actually going to ask for so many, but here we go. So we've got the Seven of Water, yeah, choices, and the Nine of Earth. There you go. I said I was seeing the Nine of Pentacles, independence, being strong on your own, being able to stand on your own 2 feet, not needing anyone else. So there's something here where you have choices in this. So there's a sense of figuring out your authentic self. There's a sense of movement, of wanting to be around people and situations that feel like they speak to you on a soul level. They feel like they're your people who you see eye to eye with. You have similar goals, you have similar interests. You feel like you're part of a team rather than feeling like you're kind of shut out and being on your own. But perhaps you've not been feeling like you're in the right place at the moment. So you're looking at your options with this seven of cups. Seven of Cups is weighing up different options. It can be feeling slightly overwhelmed by having a lot of different options. You can see though that here is the fish. Okay, so here is that gold that you keep on chasing, and this is telling you that it may be that there's some kind of golden opportunity here for you, and maybe that does speak to you in a way that kind of like fires up your passions. But is that necessarily the right choice for you? Have you always gone for the goldfish? Whatever that goldfish represents for you, whether it be the money, right? Perhaps you keep going for jobs because you want the money, it's good pay, but perhaps that leaves you feeling a little bit empty. So this is saying, look at what you've gone for in the past. Has that worked out for you? Do you want to try a different option? Is kind of how I'm seeing this today. You know what, next to the fish, and what the fish is actually pointing towards, is this oyster shell. Now inside the oyster is the pearl, which are also very valuable. Have you never gone for that option before? Perhaps there's a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. So definitely telling you to try something new, I would say, if what you've done in the past hasn't worked out for you. Noticing these lovely green colours here. So perhaps there's a job for you that, or it doesn't have to be a job, it can be a relationship, it can be whatever you're deciding between, whatever your options are, right? There's this sense of reassessing, like I've been hurt in the past, situations haven't worked out, so do I want to try something new? So it's like saying, it's really kind of saying, choose what speaks to your soul, what feels authentic to you as a person, rather than something that's just going to give you money. But the Nine of Earth is, you do have this preoccupation with being independent, being able to stand on your own 2 feet, being quite strong and stable financially and materially on your own. So if you've gone for, perhaps this could be a situation where you've always worked for other people because it gives you good money, but it's not talking to your heart space. So you may want to move job perhaps, and set up your own business and work for yourself. You may want to be a bit of an entrepreneur at the moment. So if you've never tried that before, that's definitely something that would be worth trying. And the koi fish spirit is here to tell you, you will have enough. I mean, don't gamble, don't risk anything that you're would be devastating to lose. But there is a sense here of don't let fears about finances hold you back from doing something that you want to do. It could also be, as I say, if you have been in a relationship, this is definitely coming through for somebody. It's like, don't walk out the door, right? If you've been in a relationship and there's been some kind of heartbreak within it, you don't feel like your home is your home anymore, you may want to set out and choose to be independent. So take it as it resonates, leave anything that doesn't. Tell me about the broken heart, please. Oh, straight away, like immediately that flipped. Oh, it wants to give me this one as well. Okay, so we've got Call, number 20, Moon, number 18, Four of Air, which is the Four of Swords, and the Ace of Water. Now, talking about the Ace of Water first, so this is all leading you to some kind of new relationship. I'm just going to stop and start because I'm approaching the 40-minute mark. Yep, so this is all leading you to a new relationship that is going to feel very much like you've met your partner in crime kind of thing. You've met somebody who is on your level. The seahorses, they actually pair up and mate for life. And you can see, I was talking about the pearl in the oyster. This seahorse is actually coming in with a pearl. So as I was saying, if you've always gone for that goldfish before, you've already gone for the money, perhaps you want to try something new. She almost looks like she's looking up more in this direction, away from the goldfish. But then this is gold as well. So it really is saying that there may be something that you've never looked at before. There may be something that you've never tried before, but it could actually bring in some kind of new opportunity for you, something that really speaks to you on an emotional level. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Water is emotions. So definitely you are reassessing perhaps relationships in your life, but it's going to lead to something that is abundant and right for you. It's like this is the universe swimming in with this pearl for you, saying, come on, we've got this really nice relationship here. We just need you to look up, look in the right direction and see it. So I just paused for a second. I wanted to look up this call card. It is the Judgment card, which I was suspecting, and which I was sort of reminded of by this card. So it's interesting that this did actually come out. I'll sort of read it to you. Purpose and true prosperity. I have everything I need right now to move forwards with purpose. I am being called into a deeper and more authentic relationship with myself, with my higher power, and with others. I am here for a reason. I'm required to step forward into my true self, expressing that through my actions. I need to trust that my life has a purpose, that I am enough. There you go. You are enough. Okay, you don't need those fancy shoes and fancy clothes and fancy cars. And that within me is a divine blueprint that has meaning for myself and others. I feel like this is the core message. Really, really kind of succinctly says the core message for your reading today. So there it is if you want to pause that and reread that at your own kind of your own speed. Absolutely. So again, this talks about rebirth. So I was saying this is kind of like the death and rebirth card. This one is like the judgment call. It's normally on the tarot, it shows people literally rising from the graves. So it's the end of an old way of being, an old false view of yourself, I feel. Moving into something that feels more authentic to you, something that speaks to you on more of a soul level. Being more authentically yourself and valuing yourself and realizing that you are enough, not having that lack mindset anymore. Really feeling like hearing the call. If you haven't already heard it, if you're still in this phase of like, I don't know what to do, I don't know which option to pick, trust your instincts, trust that deep knowing within yourself of what is right for you. Really funny that I picked up on that so quickly with that zebra there. At the moment, I feel like you're not quite seeing where to go. You're not quite understanding the signs. You're not quite perhaps seeing the right option at the moment. It may be a sense of being a little bit too preoccupied with the material things, being reluctant to let go of something. But you can see here she is actually kind of dropping these stars. You may have to let go of some kind of old wish, old dream, old kind of plan of where you saw yourself. Perhaps you were like, by the age of 30, I want to own my own house and have a Lamborghini. Perhaps you've been so focused on that goal that you've not realized that things have changed. You've changed. You actually value different things now than what you did when you were like 15, say. So perhaps you're going, oh, actually, maybe I don't want a Lamborghini. Maybe I actually want to go and do, I don't know, some kind of volunteer work, or I want to start my own business doing something that isn't going to bring me a lot of money, but it's going to bring me a lot of happiness. So I feel like there's still this sense of needing to let go of some kind of old dream or old ideal of kind of a false shell, like false appearances. Perhaps you've been too preoccupied with what looks good on Instagram, that kind of thing, rather than being authentic. And sometimes it's hard to realize, actually. Sometimes it's hard to realize that we're not being authentic because we've told ourselves something for so long that we start to believe it. We start to believe that's who we are. And it takes something that stops us in our tracks, that forces us into that period of reflection, to actually reassess and here's the reassessment, right? and to be sure that what we value is the right thing. So something like that I feel has happened for you, or you're in the process of doing this. I think you're in this reevaluation period now, but you will see, you will be guided to the right place. Again, do trust. If you see white feathers specifically, that may definitely be something, some kind of guide for you. Oopsie daisy, let's try and, there you go, you can see the bottom of my my tripod there. Excuse me, so sorry, I just ate a piece of toast as I was saying goodbye to my daughter. Right, Four of Air. This is the Four of Swords. Again, this is talking about that period of needing to go a little bit inwards, needing to take a bit of a time out, needing to kind of rest and heal, reassess. This is exactly the meaning of this card, the Four of Swords. You can go and look that up. It's exactly the same thing as what we were already saying. Again, she's got these kind of like angel wings. So I do feel like you're being kind of almost like divinely guided here by perhaps ancestors who've passed over, or perhaps you're receiving a lot of messages through your dreams, or I feel like the universe is really kind of like wrapping its wings around you almost in this moment. It's like we know that there's something here that's really hard for you. We know that there's something that's kind of shook you out of your comfort zone, but we're trying to teach you a lesson here that maybe chasing material things possibly, or being too overly concerned with money, career, finances, wealth, prosperity, image, maybe this isn't what you really need at your core. So definitely a change in the wind, right? A change in mindset, I feel, for you. But then there's this gorgeous Ace of Cups coming in for you. So if you have had your heart broken in relationships, this means there's some kind of like divinely guided, very pure, very new, very profitable relationship for you, something that can go somewhere. You just need to learn how to spot it. You need to learn how to spot relationships that are right for you, and avoid relationships that break your heart, Aries. Yeah, there you go, the Tower moment on the underlying. Seriously, can't make it up. The Tower moment, this is what I was sort of seeing this heartbreak as. It's like that thing that pulls the rug out from under your feet. It causes that moment of turmoil where what you thought you knew isn't right for you anymore. I can hear the cat bounding up the stairs, so she's probably going to come in and scatter everything in a minute. Or it's my son. It's just my little boy asking for a cup of tea, even though I made him a cup of tea this morning, but it went cold because it took him so long to get out of bed. But anyway, so yeah, Tower moment takes the, maybe you had a knock at the door, maybe it's like a literal knock at the door, or some kind of something that interrupted you. Perhaps you were working, it was an interruption. Yeah, there you go. But its purpose is to make you reassess, and you may reassess and be like, no, I'm on the right path, I'm going to keep going the way I'm going. That's not what the cards are telling me. The cards are telling me there's a change for you, but that reassessment is good. So leading into this independence, and this new relationship coming in, and it could be a friendship, but it's going to be really good for you. So keep going, keep processing, do that period of reflection and healing, and I feel like you're going to get there. Spirit's going to guide you through to where you need to go. Maybe we just need to pull this over this way a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Moonology Tarot, and we're going to pull you a final advice card. So what is the last piece of advice you'd like to give Aries, please? Let's try and do it like this. I've got my arms around you, Aries. Okay, are we ready? Let's go. We'll do this together. Oh, there you go. It's flipped. It's been a bit secretive. So maybe, oh, we've got two cards. Maybe not quite the time to know this yet. On the underlying, you've got the question, what do you need to release? And I was actually saying on that card with the moon, what do you need to release? So there may be something, some old goal, some old hope, some old dream, some old wish, something that you've realised actually isn't for your greatest good. So there's this period of reflection and release that you need to do. Okay, so this is encouraging you, step out of your comfort zone, and a personal issue reaches resolution. So, Moonology deck, where is your book? I can't see it. What have I done with it? I've put it underneath the Energy Oracle because they're both blue. Okay, so you may want to go and look up what your North Node is. Now, I think my North Node is, I think it's Cancer, and my South Node is Capricorn. It's all to do with what is your comfort zone and what challenges you. It's like an axis. So this may be independent of your sun sign, which would probably presumably be Aries. So there will be a link in the description box down below. You can go to Astrology Cafe and find out your natal chart. If you don't know things like your time of birth, don't worry, just put in the information that you do know, and find out, look specifically, there's going to be a lot of information there, but try and find out what your North Node is. Your North Node is your comfort zone, the place where you fall back into, the place that almost like it's what you've mastered, what you feel confident in, where you feel safe, but it keeps you in place. So this is saying move out of that. So do go and look up what sign that is, and read the information about that, because that's very, very interesting and really good at soul growth as well. Excuse me. And also the south node is what challenges you, what feels a little bit wrong to you. So my south node is in Capricorn, and that means that Capricorn is a very ambitious sign. They like to go for the goals. They really want to be rewarded for the effort that they put in, so they do value money quite highly. To me, that feels so wrong. It's like, to me, chasing money or I have kind of imposter syndrome, which holds me back from kind of like pushing myself in career and things like this. So that's, for me, that's my challenge to overcome. So North Node is your comfort zone. Go and find out. Go and use that link in the description box below. Find out what your North Node is. And that's for everybody, because it's really interesting information to know. And it's so often overlooked, because it's like, North Node, what's that talking about? But it's has such a big impact. So my with my North Node being in Cancer, it means I really like being at home. I like being at home. I like feeling warm and safe. So to me, it's like, get out of the house. All right, step out of your comfort zone, North Node. There's a strong feeling, and just to say, this is going to be personal to you. It's not going to be, every Aries is going to have a different North Node. It's all dependent on where, what time, what day, what month, what year you were born. So go and, yeah, definitely check that out. There is a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow, because you are headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards the thing that scares you within reason. So again, look up your South Node. This card is all about living your life purpose, which is possibly what you've asked about. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life, exactly what your whole reading was about, right? Confirmation, and your direction, to take action. So you are willing to follow through and lead the life you were incarnated to live. If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? Oh, oh my goodness. I just got goosebumps all up my body. It's kind of like a really pleasant feeling. That was so lovely. Attune to the moon. I know I'm headed in the right direction. Additional meanings for this card. You're headed for something which feels like destiny. You need to face a fear and get over it. It's time to stop obsessing about someone or something. Stand on your own 2 feet, and you've got this. You have got this, Aries. Absolutely. You can do it. If anyone can do it, if anyone can take a leap of faith, it's Aries. It's literally your sign in your card in the tarot, the Fool card. The Fool card doesn't mean you're being foolish. It means that you're trusting your instincts, trusting your intuition to guide you, trusting that connection to the divine, whatever that represents for you, and taking a leap of faith towards your goals and your wishes, being spontaneous, leaving everything that you don't need behind, dropping all the baggage and just taking, like literally like taking your passport and a change of clothes and going for your dreams. So whatever that means to you. Obviously, I'm not just saying like randomly go and get a flight somewhere, because we can't just do that at the moment, but you know what you need to do, Aries, and you are the sign that can do it. Remember that. So a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. So funny that I was saying my North Node's in Cancer, so it means that I just want to stay at home, feel safe and loved. Things are likely to get very heated, as the full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now. And again, I'm very, very comfortable with my emotions, which... Okay, I'm just thinking about myself at this point, I'm sorry. maybe you're dealing with somebody who's super emotional and only thinks about themselves. Things are likely to get very heated as the full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. So yeah, as you do this, you may face opposition. You know what you need to do. You know what's right for you, where you're being guided, your soul path, if you like. But there could be people around you who are going to be upset when you do this. So it's be sympathetic, communicate what you need to do, but don't let them hold you back. This card indicates an especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. This card also suggests this card also suggests both that a domestic matter or private issue will soon come to a head, and that it's a great time to move house. Unbelievable, unbelievable. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is the time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. Attuned to the moon, it may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner, like a crab, right? So don't go straight for it. Maybe be a little bit shifty, but in a good way. Additional meanings for this card: meditate to soothe heightened emotions. Okay. Don't be clingy. Yeah, what was I saying? Don't be codependent. Stop sulking, Aries. Oh, you are a sulker. If you're a typical Aries, you are a sulker. Have you had enough family time lately? All right, best of luck with that, Aries. Overall, even though you've got challenges, it's looking really good because you're being more authentically yourself and you're trusting spirit more, which is amazing. And it's going to lead you to really good things here with that pearl and that seahorse there. So be that calm, noble, knowing leader that you have the potential to be, Aries. That person who's calm in the chaos, knows your purpose, can't be moved, but you're sympathetic to other people, and absolutely figure out what you need to release, what your true goals or your true authentic needs are, and have that rebirth. Obviously, I think you're in that healing energy at the moment, and that's a really important process that you need to take the time to do properly. Don't rush that. But Aries, if anyone can do it, you can do it. What an amazing reading. Do take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye, Aries.